Hey, what's up, everyone? Keynote here, back with another House of the Dragon reaction. I know I look absolutely ridiculous right now, but trust me, it's for a specific reason. But I know I'm also late on this video. I was out of town on Sunday when this episode came out, and I just haven't had time to go back and watch it until now. But I just watched the third episode of the first season, Second of His Name, which I feel like there's a Game of Thrones episode named that too. Or maybe it's just called Second Sons, I don't know. But basically, in this episode, we move forward in time. So each episode's kind of skipping like a number of years. Since the last episode, the king has married Alicent Hightower, who is the daughter of the Hand of the King, and she was also Rhaenyra's best friend. They've kind of grown apart because Alicent has given the king a son finally, so now he has a son, Aegon, and Rhaenyra is worried, rightly so, that the king is going to replace her as heir with the son, because it's a male, and that's how these things work. They go on this big hunt to celebrate the newborn son. Rhaenyra gets approached by a guy named Jason Lannister. He's the heir to High Rock, the Lannister lands, and she's angry that she's being married off, and again she thinks she's going to get kicked off the throne basically, and so she runs away with Kristen Cole. They have some scenes bonding together. We start to see a little bit of a connection going between the two, which will be important later on. But there's this boar that comes and attacks her, and he saves her, and then she stabs the boar to death. The CGI looked really, really bad on that boar, and also the deer. It did not look very good. They spent all their money on the dragons, making them look pretty good. But yeah, they've got none left over for the animals. But eventually she comes back, and then she reconciles with the king, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to remove you from the succession, and you can go pick your own husband." So we'll see how that storyline goes, because, and this is spoilers because I know what happens, she has to marry Laenor Velaryon, and in the books, the king makes her marry him. And he is not her first choice, so what I think is going to happen is she's going to say, I want to marry Kristen Cole or something, and then he's like, no, you can't do that, you got to marry Elaine. He's going to take back his word. So we've got all that going on. We've got some interesting stuff with the king. So he talks to Alicent about the fact that he thinks he might be a dreamer. Now what that is House Targaryen has magic powers, kind of. Some of their family have what's called dragon dreams, which are basically dreams that are more like prophecy, it's almost like predicting the future. This is very similar to what Bran has in the books, and also what Jojen has. He has green dreams. And it's basically this kind of thing where, again, it's like a magical trait passed down between very certain families. It happens mostly in the north with the wildlings and the Starks and stuff, and then with the Targaryens and the Valyrians in general. One of the ancestors of House Targaryen, I believe her name was Dana the Dreamer. She had a vision that Valyria was going to basically explode, and that's why the Targaryens left, and that's why they're in Westeros. So it's a very real thing in their family. And he had a vision that his son would sit on the throne. And he's right to an extent, because, and again, this is spoilers for those of you who haven't read the books, but Aegon ends up winning the civil war between him and Rhaenyra. And he does sit on the Iron Throne, but eventually he is killed, and Rhaenyra's son, also named Aegon, takes the throne. So I think it's kind of that thing of Aegon the Third. That's the one he sees in his vision. Which is, again, a lot of these prophecies have an element of irony to them, where it's like only through the characters taking action to stop it or whatever do these things actually occur. So that's kind of interesting. We also have the War in the Stepstones going on. I gotta admit, I thought this one was a little bit... It reminded me kind of Season 7 and Season 8 of Game of Thrones, which is very action-heavy, very unrealistic. We've got Daemon just chopping people, like running through arrows and shit, very much like an action show, which I thought was... That worried me, because I was like, oh, this is like Season 8. Not being realistic with the battles, not being authentic, and maybe this is from the books. I've only read The Princess and the Queen and The Rogue Prince. I've not actually read Fire and Blood, which I know expands upon a lot of this. So this guy, the Crab Feeder, he might be from Fire and Blood, I'm not sure. I felt like they wanted some epic battles early on when, in reality, there's, it doesn't get going for a while. I don't think the Civil War will kind of happen until the second season. So, we'll see how that goes. It looked cool. I mean, I thought the visuals were cool. I like their armor. I like we've never seen a kind of sea, beach battle before, which I thought was kind of cool. The dragons look good for the most part. Decent episode besides those kind of worrying elements, and we'll see how they go, if they keep it well written or if they descend into fan fiction territory. But I don't really have anything else to say about it for now. Again, I apologize for this being late. Apologize for my ridiculous look, but we'll be back on Sunday, hopefully on our normal schedule. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.